Hi everybody, and welcome back to my kitchen. A long time ago, back in the 70s, there was a guy who did kind of ballad type songs named Jimmy Buffett. And I wasn't a big Jimmy Buffett fan. In fact, the only song I remember is Margaritaville. Wasting Away Again in Margaritaville. And but he had many other songs. In fact, he still performs today. But during this period of time, I think the Margaritaville, and I haven't had any, believe me, that was popular in 1977. Well, the very next year, he did a song called Cheeseburger in Paradise. And the reason I bring this up, I've never even heard that song. I don't remember it. Now, Sam is a big Jimmy Buffett fan and has all of his music. So I'm sure he remembers it. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because what I'm fixing today is called Cheeseburger in Paradise by Jimmy Buffett. So I don't know if Jimmy Buffett made this recipe or if it was inspired by that song for him. But that's what we're going to make. And right here I've got a pound of ground beef. And over here I've got one large onion that I've chopped up. And I'm going to brown the onions and the beef together, along with, the recipe will be below, but it's with a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of seasoned salt, and, some shakes of Worcestershire. And when I get through with that, I'll be back. But in the meantime, if you're making this recipe, preheat your oven to 400 degrees and spray a 9-inch pie plate. And then we'll be back. Okay guys, we're back. Now I've browned all this up, the meat and the onions, and I went ahead, the recipe says not to add the Worcestershire or the garlic powder or seasoned salt till after it's already cooked and you've drained it. I did drain it. But if you watch America's Test Kitchen, they say to do your seasoning before you cook the meat because it penetrates the meat or whatever you're cooking. But if you wait till after it's cooked, it's only on the outside and it's not nearly as flavorful. So I went with America's Test Kitchen. So I've got my sprayed 9-inch pan here, pie plate. And the next thing I'm going to do is add a cup of cheese on top. I'm not going to measure the cheese because this is a cheeseburger. But the recipe says a cup. My oven's preheated to 400 degrees. And it's already gotten there and passed, which is what I like. A cheeseburger's not a cheeseburger without enough cheese on it. I don't know, you all may not be as big a cheese lovers as I am. But I eat cheese every day. Every day. Alright. And I chose, like I said, it's Colby and Monterey Jack mix. But you use whatever you want to. If you want to use provolone or Monterey Jack or mild or sharp cheese, cheddar. You use whatever you want. Now, while the hamburger meat was browning up, I mixed up the topping. And this is 2 beaten eggs, a half a cup of original Bisquick mix, and a cup of milk. And I used whole milk. And this just gets poured on the top, which I'm going to do. They said get out as many lumps as you can. Well, you can only do so much, you know. So that's going over the top, and I am going to put this on a cookie sheet. I'm going to put it in the center of my oven. It didn't say where to put it, but that's usually where everything goes. And it's going to bake about 25 minutes. But you probably have to test it to make sure that whatever you're testing with comes out clean. And now I'm going to go ahead and put the, oh, sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. A little bit of stuff left in here. I'm going to get it out. And in 25 minutes or so, we'll be back, because you know, Sam, I was telling him about this recipe, and he said, I have that song. Do you want me to play it while you fix this? And I said, sure, you can play it in the background. He said, oh, I don't want to have to look for it. But anyway, we'll be back in about 25 minutes. See you then. All right, we're back, and our little cheeseburger in paradise is done. And Sam is here waiting to taste this pie. Now, you can cut it like a pie, I guess. I've never made one before, but I'm just gonna dip into it. It was done in 25 minutes, just like it said.
Look how moist.
And there it is. I'm going to get this piece out and get what's left around it. We're going to let Sam taste it.
Cheeseburger in Paradise.
Here you go, Sammy. Tell us what you think. It's still hot. And I've let it cool about 15 minutes.
If they like a cheeseburger, they'll love this. It's just to let Jimmy Buffett would be very proud.
He would.
It's delicious. Tastes just like a cheeseburger, except it doesn't have the bread. It'd be better for you. But yeah, it's cheeseburger in paradise. They'll love that.
All right, guys. Let me see if I can zoom in where that piece is missing and get you a better view. I did test it to make sure, you know, that the Bisquick had cooked and everything, and the moisture you see is the layer of cheese that I put on there. But thank you for coming in today. All of my viewers that are older will remember Jimmy Buffett, and if they make this, they can play the song while they eat it. Thank you for coming in. Like and subscribe if you haven't. It only takes a minute. And until next time, you all take care.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be good.